Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Dragon's Dogma, Dark Arisen, with me, King's Ransom. So, in the last video, we made it to the capital, Grand Soren, and we started exploring this place called the Everfall. So we went to the Pawns Guild, and there's this creepy cavern that they protect underneath the capital city of Grand Soren, and this place is called the Everfall. And we're exploring it because it has gotten creepier and nastier and spookier. So we're checking this place out on behalf of one of the pawns, Barnaby, the, I guess, kind of leader of the pawns. I don't know. And so that's what we're doing. We are exploring the Everfall. There's a nasty troll there in front of us, or ogre, I guess. I really don't like fighting ogres in this game. I'm going to swap around a bunch of my equipment here just to try to lighten my load a bit. And also, beyond just wanting to lighten my load, I want to give some curatives to my party here. Just want to make sure that they have the capacity to heal themselves. I got a bunch of stuff here. So I've got some rotten scrags of beast. That's unfortunate. If they're sour, they sell for a lot. If they're rotten, they are useless. Rotten egg, sour beast steak. I would much prefer to be able to sell a bunch of this stuff before it goes even more rotten, but only so much we can do. Anyway, so we have an ogre here. Ogres are really, really, really nasty monsters this early in the game, and he's more or less, we're going to act like he's kind of the boss of this area. And I'm going to do what I can to try to light him on fire, and hopefully it lights him on fire, because that will help us a bit. And Ilda dies immediately. Thank you. Worthless pawn. I'm just going to kind of hang back and take pot shots at him with some of my spells, if I can. Ogres are nasty creatures. They're large. They are very agile. They dance around a lot, they attack a lot, they do a whole heck of a lot of damage, they have a lot of health. Just bad in every possible way. Something I can grab right there. No, the big problem with ogres is that they can try to grab some characters. Specifically female, actually. They're kind of a bit perverted. Come on, high angle. There we go. Oh man, I missed that attack. It's kind of irritating. They're kind of perverted. They do typically tend to target females, which is bad because I am playing a female character and my pawn Lucy is a female character. Oh, this bat is irritating. Alright, so he's just gonna kind of run around, bounce around a bunch. I like to peg him with these fireballs if I can. There we go. And game over. Oh, man, that's a lot of progress that we're going to lose because I forgot to save my game before we fought that thing, so... Welp.
Where might we find Salamet's?
And we are back at the beginning of the Everfall. Note to self, save game before fighting ogre.
None would believe Grand Soren held such a place beneath it.
So here we go again. Spiders. Spiders are bad. I don't like spiders. They are horrible. They spit poison. Blah, blah, blah. We're going to have to go through all this all over again. I'm going to do my best to go as quickly as I can. But enemies do drop items, and items are important for upgrades and for gaining money so that you can purchase equipment. That's pretty useless. Whoop, that was an item. Grab a curative item there. Items are going rotten, so that's unfortunate. Yeah. Yeah, not gonna eat the rotten meat. Seems like a bad idea. Rank? I can eat rank fish. That's okay, just as long as it hasn't actually rotted yet. We got a bunch of undead. We got a bunch of bats. So yeah, I hope you don't mind repeat content. If you do, go ahead and skip ahead about, I don't know, 5 to 10 minutes, depending on whether or not these zombies keep latching onto me and screwing up my spells. Jumping ahead about 5 minutes should put you to, hopefully, where I'm close to the ogre.
Anytime.
I'm going to try to get through this pretty quickly. And then skeletons. Cast my high angle, my giant and awesome fireballs, which uses a lot of stamina, so I gotta use some. Let's see. I'm gonna use some regular scrags of beast. I should probably be using my sour scrags of beast, since those are likely to rot and go bad while I'm in here. Ugh. Oh man, did not get that skeleton. Oh man, this is not going well at all. Please don't die again. Please don't die again. Please don't die again. Well, I haven't died yet, so that's a good sign, I think.
Anytime.
Alright. Just gonna try to hang out and hit these guys with my advanced fireballs here. Which seems to be pretty gosh darn effective if I can let my spell power up all the way. I do want to stop and get some items, even though it seems silly, like buckets and whatnot, not going to be terribly useful. And, I mean, that is correct, they're not going to be terribly useful. But they can be sold, and, you know, every little bit of money that you can earn early on in the game helps. Oh, and somebody threw a freaking exploding red keg in front of me. Alright, let's see if we can... Alright, dealt with that wave of skeletons, and we got another wave coming up at the end of this hallway, I believe. Or maybe not. There is another room, I think? Nope, not yet. Okay, well, anyway. There we go.
This skeleton is skilled indeed.
There's a lever controls this door.
Think well before striking.
There we go. It's pretty effective. Now, as you may have heard my pawns mention, there is a lever here. The lever will control this door and some other doors. Lever is, whoops, right here. I am not going to pull that lever yet. There's another one down here later that I'm going to pull. You'll see why once I do actually pull the thing. Basically, if I pull the lever, it closes off all the side paths. So it opens up all the primary gates kind of along this spiral pathway that we're following right now. But it closes off all the side gates, and that prevents you from fighting those enemies and exploring those areas and getting any loot that might be in there. And loot is very important in this game. There we go. Picking up a bunch of items. Those are all good. Any of these items that I'm not going to be using to upgrade right away, because I honestly have no idea what I need to upgrade a bunch of my equipment. But any of these things that I don't use for upgrades right away, I'm probably going to end up using for money. Like, I think I'm just gonna sell a bunch of this stuff. Seriously? There we go. Zombie.
Fire works well. That's all. Barely worth the effort.
And I'm moving fairly slow because of how burdened I am, because of how encumbered my character is. Alright, so there's our friend Mr. Ogre again, which means I gotta go here and deal with all these skeletons and deal with that mage and whatnot. There are just all sorts of bad things in this hallway. Like those skeletons who attacked me and knocked me over before I can finish casting my spell.
One at a time.
Which is like the worst thing ever when you're a mage.
No, they hold the advantage. Leave it to me.
The skeleton is skilled indeed.
I cannot take much more.
Boom, 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 boom. Unleashing a bunch of fireballs with my high angle, my advanced fireball spell. Does a decent amount of damage in kind of an area. Although I would like to heal these two. Now, I feel like these pawns are dying fairly often, so I'm going to check real quick. Status. So, Mina, myself, my main character, I am level 13, Lucy is 12. Now, Antonio and Ilda are both level 10. And they were level 10 when I acquired them, and I acquired them before I was level 10, so they actually cost me a fair bit of rift crystals, the currency for hiring pawns. See, now Lucy and I are the same level. But these rented pawns, these pawns that I've acquired that have been created by other players, they do not level up when they're with me. So they're level 10, they're going to stay level 10, they're kind of static at level 10. I probably want to go and hire some new, more powerful pawns soon, because these guys are kind of starting to outlive their usefulness in this game. And that's kind of a running theme for this game. Pawns that are not your own pawn, they... Oh man, there's another mage here. Oh no, that's Lucy. Okay, phew, that scared the crap out of me. And again, looks like we just get another rift fragment, which, you know, not horrible, but, you know, I would prefer other items. So pawns kind of outlive their usefulness after a while. As you level up beyond their own level, they stay at whatever level they were when you acquire them, whenever you rented them. So, you know, you really, really, really do want to be replacing your pawns pretty frequently in this game as you gain levels. And you're going to be gaining levels a lot more quickly early on. Oh, and of course I hit the pillar. You're going to be leveling up yourself much more early on in the game rather than later. So early on in the game you're going to be going through a lot of additional pawns pretty quickly, and it's a pretty common occurrence. But later on in the game, it's much more likely that I'm going to find, you know, a really awesome set of pawns that I really enjoy, and I'm probably just going to stick with them for a very extended period of time. Alright, now we got a whole bunch of junk. I am over encumbered again, so I'm going to give a bunch of this crap to my pawns. I'm going to try to spread out the weight a little bit. I prefer to kind of keep everyone encumbered at a low-ish level, if that makes sense. I don't want anyone to be heavily encumbered, but like right now Antonio is lightly encumbered, so I might as well give him some more stuff. Giving equipment is always iffy. If you give equipment to a rented pawn and they have the ability to equip that, whatever you give them, like armor or a weapon or something, they will take it and it will be gone forever. It'll be theirs. They own it. They take it back to their master. So, you know, I mean, good and fun and nice if you don't mind giving something to another player. But if it's a super awesome item that you want to keep for yourself, you really don't want to give it to your guest pawns, your rented pawns. So something to keep in mind, equipment is a bit tougher to manage. You know, you have to keep it with yourself or with your main pawn. In my case, Mina or Lucy. Alright, so save the game here, and it is ogre time yet again. And also, holy cow, I hate fighting these stupid ogres. Look at how little damage I do to this ogre. Let's do a lightning attack on him. I would like my warrior and my rogue to be up there attacking.
Is that all you have for me?
Please. Alright, so it looks like it did a drop kick or something there. There's actually kind of a trick to this guy. This particular ogre in this area and this early on in the game. It's really, really difficult for us to deal with. So as I mentioned, it attacks women primarily. It attacked Ilda there, and now it's charging me. It's okay, I juked it, I dodged it. You do gotta be really, really careful against this guy because, jeez, this thing is brutal. It looks like it's, oh yeah, it cornered Lucy over there. That's okay, I'll go revive Lucy in a moment. We're doing decent damage here. Oh, you idiot hauling Lucy around is gonna go save her. Ogres have nasty attacks. It'd be very nice if I could actually light this thing on fire. That would be the best. I need to heal and recover. Okay, it looks like he's just kind of in a defensive stance. I'm going to revive a couple of my pawns there. And then... Alright, Lucy's... I need to kind of tweak Lucy's traits and adjust her inclination as a pawn, because I would prefer it if she were doing damage instead of healing everybody. Oof. I mean, it's good that she's healing me. That is fantastic. But it doesn't really matter if she heals other pawns, because when they die, I can revive them at half their health. Oh boy, if they would stop carrying each other around, because that is kind of messing up my planning here.
Hunger knows no end. Keep your distance.
Alright, hit it with a bunch of fireballs. I'm going to recover some health here. I really got to be careful, because this thing can just dish out an immense amount of damage, which makes it super, super dangerous. Alright, we have lit it on fire, so that's good. Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? And just like that, one punch, he takes out more than half my health. Oh man, this fight is rough. This is a pretty consistent thing. This fight is just always horrible. You know, occasionally, I don't know if you can actually, like, lure this ogre, or if you just need to be lucky, but occasionally you can actually get the ogre to fall off the edge here, fall off the cliff, and die from the fall damage that it takes. That is usually how I end up beating this particular ogre. And again, I don't know if there's actually like a way to lure it, or if you just kind of have to get lucky and hope that it falls off the edge.
Continue the attack. The sight of women excites it.
Also, having lower level pawns is probably not helping me too much here.
So, what do you propose?
Alright, so we knocked it over. That seems to be a good sign. Oh man, it does that drop kick. And this ogre is just horrible. Oh, and of course, I run out of stamina while I'm doing all that. Give myself just a little bit of stamina so that I can walk away from that whole fight without dying. Yeah, these things are just incredibly nasty. Alright, looks like I succeeded in lighting it on fire, although my rogue, my strider, just keeps dying, and that's a bit of a problem here. Can I run past it, please? Man, I had mentioned this in the last fight, the one that we lost, but I really wish Antonio would stop trying to carry pawns around because it's throwing off my whole planning process.
They hold the advantage.
Careful, they're fast for all that muscle.
Let's hit it with a bunch of fireballs, see if we can get it to die. Oh, and it's carrying off Lucy, of course it is. Where the heck did it go? Did it go back through here? It did. That's weird. Oh boy. This is bad.
Keep your distance.
Come here, everybody.
I'll go at once. It's begun to rain. Beware.
Man, these ogres are just the worst. This ogre in particular is the worst. Alright. Can I save Antonio? I really need my fighter. Okay, so it's dead. Yeah, so, okay, there we go. I think we got lucky there. I think it just charged right over the edge. Yeah, you can kind of see it at the... Well, Antonio's body is in the way. Looks like it just charged right over the edge and then died when it fell off the cliff. And... you know, that seems like maybe kind of a cheap victory, but oh man, those things are just brutal. And I am 100% okay with that. Alright, let that heal spell go off. Cover some health, because these bats are irritating. There we go. Pick up a few more items. So there's another one of those closed off gates here, kind of along the main pathway. And there's another side passage here that we're going to explore. And I believe on the other side of this side passage, which is probably going to be filled. Oof. Let's try that again. It's probably going to be filled with skeletons or zombies. On the other side of this passageway, we should be able to hit a lever, because before we get all the way to the bottom, before we deal with whatever we're investigating here at the bottom of the Everfall, I do want to flip one of those switches and open up the main passageways and close off the side passageways. That is kind of critical to our survival, to some extent. Let's hit some of these undead with some fireballs. Alright, and I increased my rank in this vocation, which is good. Tower Scrag a Beast, always good.
It's weak to fire!
Unleash a whole barrage of fireballs. Looks like we're good here again. Yeah. This way. Back out on the normal passage, although holy cow. Ah, this is unexpected. I have not taken this pathway in a while. And by in a while, I mean like since I last played the game all the way through. I forgot about this area. So harpies, I don't know if I've mentioned this, but if you do enough damage to harpies, it'll cause them to drop out of the sky. Also, if you can light them on fire, which they are very, very, very weak to, they're very susceptible to fire. If you light them on fire, they will also fall out of the sky and be unable to fly, which is fantastic. That is one of the better ways of dealing with these harpies. Now there are, what is that, like some skeleton mages or something over there? These are really nasty. I really want to kill them if I can. Looks like I knocked that one off the edge of the cliff there, which is okay. There's some stairs down here.
Let's scatter those bones!
I am poisoned. Are you all right, Master?
These things are just so vicious.
Skeleton is skilled indeed.
No! My fire is off!
Walking that was a waste of time.
Killed whatever that was. I am poison. I'm gonna go ahead and use a curative of some sort. I know I have something. Poison's Mithridate. Gonna go ahead and use that. Recover from my poison. I'm gonna go ahead and let Lucy heal me here.
Anytime.
Again, I don't really care about the pawns all that much because if they die, then I just revive them and they're at half health. A whole boatload of items there that I could pick up.
No, they hold the
I
advantage. Leave it to me.
am gonna head back up to the top here and see if there's more. Actually, looks like there's a closed gate on my right there. You'll get a better look at it in a moment. So I'm gonna go ahead and explore and see if there's any good items here for me to pick up. Which it looks like there are. That's exciting.
This looks interesting.
Yep, closed gate. We will be raising that in just a few minutes, actually. I do know where we're at. Thank goodness.
It's a troubling foe.
There's a chest there that we apparently opened.
Poison!
Oh, debilitated.
Yeah, you'll get over it. It's just poison. It's not that bad. Stop whining, you crybabies. Alright, it looks like there's just a bunch of skulls laying around here for us to collect. I'm gonna pick them up because, you know, moral of this Let's Play, every little bit counts. Every little bit helps. I can sell those skulls, they'll give us something. And I did remember correctly, so holy moly, 13,000. We've gotten so much money from here, and then there's a chest over here.
Seems using this
More money. I am okay with that.
No, they hold the advantage.
It's actually pretty awesome. And then there's a giant lever here. Ah, that's just a lever for the general area. It closes all the side passage doors and then opens all the main spiral ramp, I guess. Not, I was going to say spiral staircase, but spiral ramp. The central area. Yeah, basically it toggles all the doors. Oh, whoops, almost walked off the edge there. That would have been bad.
I'll ill miss
Oh,
this
there's a whole bunch of
place
items
when we
here.
move on.
If you feel
not
the foe
super
is
useful
beyond our
items.
means,
Again,
there is no shame
Dragon
in
Spit, probably not going to use that throughout the whole game. Unless I'm like combining it with something. But, you know, I am okay with selling it. They sell for a fair amount. Ah, rocks. We can go ahead and mine here. This is a little mining area. Just some copper ore. Dang it, that was kind of disappointing. Alright, that was fun. And with that, we can head back out here, I believe, to the main area. Sounded like an undead just popping up there. Shroud. Alright, I'm heavily encumbered, so I'm going to move a bunch of this stuff over to my other pawns. Now, what did I pick up here? Curatives. Okay. Oh, holy cow, what was that? Moldy pumpkin. Thing was super heavy. Bronze bangles. I wonder if that's any better for Lucy than what she has right now. Yeah, so that... it would increase her magic, but she can't equip it because she has the nuns have it. Dang it, I keep forgetting about that.
Read your weapons in them.
Oh well. Ah, dang it. Alright, that's what I was afraid of. So we closed off that little gateway there. So I gotta go all the way back here. Running out of stamina, so that's unfortunate. I think we can just go down these stairs here. I think I might have opened the other gate at the bottom. I hope. I really hope, because if not, we are kind of hosed. Oh, there we go. So yeah, we did open this. So that out there, that's the bottom of the Everfall. That's the blue glowy bits at the bottom that I've been looking at. You'll see the area. You'll hopefully recognize it when we get out there.
Heading out.
For now, we have a bunch of sarcophagi to open and to loot, because, you know, what good RPG doesn't have a little dose of grave robbing? This one gives us a cutscene. I'm gonna skip it. It's pretty insignificant. It's just that armored skeleton. A little bit tougher than your average skeleton that we've been fighting in here. And I say a little because that went really quickly. No, but in here, there is a lever. And I'm kind of doing this in order, but a bit out of order. Right here, there's a slot for lever, but no actual lever. And that opens the gate, so that just helped us solve this puzzle. So here, there's a bunch of chests inside. Looks like a little bit of armor. Yeah, it looks like a lot of bit of armor, actually. And then we can break open some items and like some crates and whatnot here. Pick up some more stuff. I do love my stuff.
This looks interesting.
Looks like this video is going to go a little bit longer than I usually aim for. I don't know, not quite the end of the world. Dang it, I am heavily encumbered again. I'm going to give a bunch of this armor over to Lucy so that she can hang on to it for me. I'd like to keep my my weight load around average, because we are going to need to do some sprinting here. Alright, so back out here, this is the outside, this is the bottom, this is what we need to explore. Jeez, I pick up one item and I'm already heavily encumbered. I hate all this constant weight micromanagement. It's really, really tedious. Just... I don't know. It is one aspect of games that I really am glad isn't in most games. Steel-toed boots, of course, that's going to put me over my encumbrance again. Queen's clothing, oops, don't want to discard, want to give to Lucy, and she's just going to hold it for now. I'm going to equip that eventually, as I mentioned. Lucy can just hang on to it until I am ready. So that's what we want to inspect. Also, there's a couple of items here. So there's a Wakestone shard there. There is a port crystal here, which we're going to pick up. Port crystals are... I've talked about them, or kind of hinted about them a little bit. Port crystals are items. You have to purchase them or find them in the world. When you place them, you kind of plop them down on the ground, and then you can teleport using a fairy stone to that location. Also, I'm going to sneeze. Be right back. Oh, sorry about that. Also, hang on. Can I get over here? No, not with what I have right now. It's kind of an interesting area. There's a bunch of undead right up here. I'm going to go and fight them / let my pawns fight them. And then we're going to go ahead and... Oh, man. Out of stamina again. There we go. So you get some coins. We're going to get some items here from fighting these things. Awesome. See, level up right there. Not bad. Got a little level up for Lucy. Those are always good. Really want to keep her on par with myself. I am planning on using my main pawn, Lucy, there for
That was effective.
probably all of the game. Heavily encumbered again. Gonna toss a bunch of items over. So Wakestone Shard, gonna give that to Lucy. She has 2. That'll put her at 3. That should turn into a full Wakestone. Which means we can theoretically go back. See, 3 1/3 pounds. Holy cow, gonna give that to Lucy. Alright, so we should, yeah, so she got a Wakestone from that 3rd shard. Which means we can go back and complete that quest with the blacksmith guy, the craftsman. The dude who gave us the first 2 shards and wanted us to find a 3rd. Well, we found a 3rd. He should be happy. Gonna grab a bunch of skulls here, because why not? They sell. Interventive, yeah, so, you know, items. Yay, items. Items are always good. This video is gonna go quite long. That's okay. We're gonna finish off the Everfall here, and then I'm gonna call it. Alright, so this is what we need to explore. Gonna hit the button, get a little cutscene going on here. The floor gives off a curious light. And a draft. And tentacles. So these tentacles are horrific. We really don't want to engage them or fight them or deal with them at all if we can help it. And we can't help it, just run. And when you can't run, walk quickly. These things are nasty. They are infinitely spawning. They cast... Oh man, there's a bunch of zombies. Oh well. Just gonna bypass them. These tentacles are infinitely spawning. They're gonna chase us or follow us all the way up. This is why you want to flip those levers to make sure these gates are open so that you have a relatively quick path back up. They do have health bars. We could try to fight them, but their magic is so unbelievably devastating at this point in the game. You can see on our mini-map there's a blinking blue skull kind of up and to the left towards where our marker is of where we need to go. That is Ilda. Ilda has died. Not really much we can do about that. I am not going to go back for any of my pawns who die here, and it is very, very likely that all 3 of my pawns are going to die while I'm in here, or that they're going to be incapacitated, knocked down, wounded. I don't know what to call it here. but bad things are going to happen to my pawns. These tentacles are just the nastiest thing in the world, and you really, 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 really don't want to fight them. Fighting them is suicide. It's death. So I'm just going to run past them. All my pawns are down. So there we go. Run far enough, and you get a little cutscene. Creepy tentacles. Okay, so it looks like maybe Lucy did survive because she's behind me. That's exciting. And then we're back in the Pawns Guild. We escaped. We fled the creepy tentacle monster. And my pawns who were dying were brought with me, so I can actually revive them here. Not that it matters, because I'm just going to get rid of them and hire some new pawns anyway. So yeah, we get to go back and talk to Barnaby and tell him that he has a creepy tentacle infestation in his basement, and he should probably do something about it. And so I'm not going to turn this quest in immediately. I'm going to go and save that for the next video. But I do... and I need to hit that quest board right there. We're going to do that in the next video, or in a future video as well. Barnaby is right there. I'm going to, off camera, acquire 2 new pawns as replacements for these two, because these two, Ilda and Antonio, are fairly low level compared to where Lucy and I are at. So I'm going to get 2 new pawns, and then next time we are going to turn this quest into Barnaby and keep going with the game. So thank you for joining me, everybody. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you next time.
You can summon pawns as necessity demands here at the Pawn Guild.